All right, and joining us now, the chairman of the National Republican Committee, Republican National Committee, Reince Priebus. Let's say that scenario plays out exactly the way Bill Hemmer laid it out. What would happen, Reince Priebus?
Well, you'd have, first of all, it would depend on what happens with the unbound delegates. So it depends, obviously, if Trump can pick up enough unbound delegates to commit to him, then on the first vote, he would get 1237. He would be the nominee. If he doesn't, then he would be short. And then you go to ballot number 2 under the rules. You'd call the roll again, and you would keep calling the roll until somebody gets to the majority of delegates. That's what would happen. But I think the key to what Bill just outlined, it was mostly correct, not completely, but the key to what he said was, ask me in a week and a half, and it might be different. That's the problem here. I mean, it's probably going to change up and down, and we've still got a few months left of this analysis that we're going to be doing and talking about, and it's our job to play it fair down the line. But if Trump went in with a 400-delegate lead and didn't get the nomination, and let's say it didn't even go to Cruz, which was something we have to talk about, do you not think there would be outright anger and frustration and a sense of betrayal among his supporters? Well, sure. I mean, there's always going to be, everyone's charged up. Of course there's going to be frustration.
Is it that they're charged up,
but I mean, someone has to get the majority. I've never disagreed with your premise that this is not a huge challenge, okay? But, Ford went into the convention about 30 delegates short, and he won on ballot number 1, and it was over. So Walter Mondale in 1984 went into the convention 40 delegates short, and he won on the first ballot. So it's not like these things don't happen.
But here's the difference in this race, though. You have people like John Boehner, really prominent people, our own Karl Rove here. You have John Kasich, who's running on the premise that he might be able to get it at the convention. Scott Walker, in a private meeting in New York, I'm told, talked about Paul Ryan, and RNC state chairman and state people have all stated that they're thinking they could bring in a third person. If there is an attempt to leapfrog over the 2 top vote getters, the 2 top state winners, the 2 top delegate winners, don't you think that those people that caucused and voted for those 2 top guys, if they don't get it, that they're going to walk away and never come back?
Well, look, I mean, clearly there's a rule in place now that candidates need a majority of 8 states, delegates,
but that's
in 8
Rule
different
40.
states, a majority, to be even nominated. So, I mean, and I've said it before, so it's not like I'm making news. I believe our nominee is going to be someone running. And as far as this Paul Ryan talk, let me just say it again for the 10th time. Number 1, he's not running. Number 2, he doesn't want to. Number 3, he doesn't like this talk.
Let me ask the question this way.
But number 4, he's not going to have a floor operation to do any of these things.
Is it your opinion as the state chairman that the nominee of your party, are you confident tonight that it will be either Donald Trump or Ted Cruz? Are you confident?
I think this is what I'll say. I think our nominee is going to be someone who's running, okay? I'm not going to... I'm not...
Well, there's 3 people running. I mean,
it's going to be someone
mathematically, John Kasich can't catch up to them.
Running.
You won't say for the record that it's either going to be Cruz or Trump?
No, I'm going to say it's going to be someone that's running, Sean. I mean, I'm not going to...
Define running. Does running mean it's either going to be Cruz, Trump, or Kasich?
I think it's going to be one of the 3 people running is going to be our nominee.
And how does John Kasich get there without leapfrogging over people that have millions of more votes and hundreds of more delegates?
You're going to have to ask John Kasich, but I'm not going to do something that's going to be an affront right now to John Kasich. Wow. He's a good governor of Ohio, and he's running, and it's up to him. So I'm not going to I believe it's going to be one of the 3.
All right. Reince Priebus, RNC chair, thank you. Coming up.